Hello, beautiful ladies. Today is Friday. If you hear any noise in the background, it is my lovely daughter who is sleeping, but I feel like she's going to try and get up. So if she does, I'll just pause it and then I'll come back. But today I am doing an updated video, and I am going to be talking about something that is very new and it's a new beginning. So if you would like, please like and subscribe, follow, leave any comments out at the bottom. I would gladly appreciate it. And if you want to hear what I have to say, stay tuned. So as far as my update goes, I recently had my daughter in January of 2019 on the 11th. And that experience was something that I will never forget. I had a second C-section, and that was a whole different experience from my first. And I don't regret it at all. The point of this video today is I was watching my Good Morning Jesus with my lovely new friend, Pam Glass. You guys can find her definitely on Facebook at the Prayer Warriors group. Princess Prayer Warriors, sorry. On Facebook. You can definitely find her on YouTube at Pam22Pam. Sorry, it's a little touchy. Hopefully this video doesn't be too emotional, but I feel it coming already and I haven't even talked about it. So the point of this video, once again, like I said, is in regards to our son, Landen, and we recently just got him tested again to see if he has autism. In the beginning, Landen is now 3 years old. So in the beginning, Landen, he did everything. He did everything right. I mean, he was definitely on track, even with like when it came down to like walking and things like that, like Landen was actually running before he could walk in his walker. The only issue was that he really wasn't talking much. By the time he's 1, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, he's 1. He understands, definitely. But as far as like actually speaking back or saying certain things, he wasn't doing that. By 2, he started saying mom, you know, mom, mama, mommy, you know, his own way. And he didn't say dad. But as time went on, you know, mom kind of faded and he wasn't really saying it. But I'm sorry, ladies. So yeah, so he was saying mom and stuff like that, and then he stopped. So by the time he turned getting close to 3, he still really wasn't talking. And besides him not talking, it was just little things that he would do that definitely stood out. When it comes down to him taking a bath, he can take a bath. He's fine. taking a shower, that's a whole different ball game. Like, no water can touch his face. He feels like he's drowning. So with that being said, it's hard to wash his hair. That's why I wanted him to keep his hair. His hair was long and beautiful. Mine was long and beautiful, but I cut it. With him, I also felt like he was a little boy, so I really didn't want him having a lot of hair anyway. So he didn't like it. So I figured I'd cut it. But it still didn't matter. The water was still hitting his face, and he still would scream. Bloody murder. And I would try to tell him, you know, it's fine, you're okay. You know, it's only going to take a second. You know, the best way I can to just hurry up and get it done. So that happened. And then as far as a lot of things that he did when it came down to activities, everything had to be in a precise order. Which isn't like nothing I really like notice. I'm like, okay, you know. But if something was out of place, or if something didn't go the way that he wanted it to, he would really get mad. And instead of him verbally saying anything, he would scream. So after a while, I believe one day I just started, I said, like, ooh, wait, like, ooh, you gonna get in trouble. Ooh, like, ooh, you better not do that. So all of a sudden one day he was like, ooh, oh my God, it lit me up. It lit me up. And but I still felt something. So before I even got to that point, Dad was, you know, already thinking about it, already, you know, him and his sister had already verbally talked about it, but nobody said anything to me yet. I'm just thinking like, okay, well, you know, he's gonna start talking, you know, one day, like, it's gonna be soon, whatever, it's gonna just come out, just out of nowhere. Darren sat me down. And when he sat me down, he was like, there's something I want to talk to you about. And I said, okay. I feel that there's something I want to tell you, but I don't want you to feel a certain kind of way about it. I just want you to basically hear him out. So I said, okay. So of course I'm bracing. And he was like, and it's about Landen. Of course I'm really bracing because you don't know what a person is going to say about, you know, their child. So, Babe came to me and Babe was just like, I feel that he has autism. Not knowing anything about it, I literally broke completely down. Like, more than I've ever even thought about. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, I don't know what it is, but I'm scared. But at the same time, even though I'm scared, I still want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what autism is. Like, I want to find out more information. Let's just see if this, you know, is the answer to what we've been looking for. Like, why is he acting or doing the things that he's doing? Maybe this is a solution. So, you know, we find out information and stuff, and a lot of it, you know, was adding up, and I'm like, wow, maybe it's a possibility, you know, that he could have it. Okay. So we find some information and we actually go get him tested. They try and say at the time that he has developmental delay. And this when he was like 2. So I'm like, okay, it's developmental delay. Time goes on. I still feel like it's something a little bit more than what you're trying to say, what you're telling me. So time goes on, and I'm just looking at my child, I'm praying over my child. Like, if anybody believes in God, I definitely do. Jasmine believes in the Lord himself. Like, it is what it is. Like, I know that he's gonna make a way. He's been making ways. Like, I know that my baby's covered. I just also want answers. Like, praying to God, just give me an answer to what is going on. I know it's something deeper than this. As his mother, I know that there's something else that they're not telling me. Like, I feel like Dad feels, like we all know there's something. So just recently we got him completely tested. Like, it took like 2 hours. No, sorry. It took, you're about to say it was like a job shift. Like, we were in this little, we were, doing evaluation for like 9 a.m. to like 2 or 3 p.m. And she went through all these tests. Like, the program was awesome. They were amazing. Like, I thank God for these people that came into our lives, and it really pays off when you live in a small city. I come from kind of a big city, so with Babe living in the town that we live in, for this amount of time, he's been here his whole entire life, so he knows a lot of people. So, and also his sister, of course. So, with that being said, that definitely played a big part, and we were able to get my babe the help that he needs. So once we got him tested and everything, they said that he does have autism spectrum disorder with language impairment. Now, the thing that I'm, still trying to figure out and wonder is that there's not many African American families that actually go get their children tested. Like, the first test that we did, the lady was saying that a lot of our people don't come and get their children tested. Or they say that they're going to come and get them tested and they never show up, or they never do a follow-up. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? When having autism is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Like, if anything, they are the most loving and intellectual and just so smart, and they think on a whole different level than normal people think. But if you feel that something is wrong with your child, or something just doesn't seem right, instead of just saying that your child is bad, instead of just saying that your child or your family member is crazy, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the reason why they learn differently. Maybe this is why they're not as vocal as they should be. You know what I'm saying? And there's things... Sorry, guys. He's watching a show. And even like with that, like, Landen has an issue sometimes with watching certain shows because he doesn't like songs now. Like, he doesn't like when people sing. So, he can watch certain things, but if the show starts singing, like, the beginning, like an intro, he's like, oh no, I don't want to hear this, get this off, blah blah blah. Like, but instead of him being able to say that, he kind of cries or whines or screams, you know what I'm saying, to get it off. So a lot of times I'll just, I'll tell him, like, babe, it's okay, it's just a song, it's fine. But at the same time, I don't know how he feels when he's actually listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it being seen or heard in his brain? You feel what I'm saying? So, but I think that's the reason why one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video is because I want to say that my son Landon has autism, and I want people to know that it is okay to go get your children tested and find out, because the people that have autism, the world is so big and so loving and so informative that you can't feel like you're alone. You know what I'm saying? But I want to reach out to people that are African American as well. I'm sorry. That are African American, because I want you to know that it's okay to go get your children tested, because you can get them the help that they need. And these are not tears of sadness. These are tears of happiness and thankfulness and gratitude, because I could have been, you know, like any other parent and saying like, you know, oh, well, he's just bad as hell. Oh, well, you know, one day he'll start talking. No, like, I don't want to do that. If I can get my son speech therapy, occupational therapy, like everything that he needs in order to be the best person so he can blossom into the person that he's supposed to be, I'm going to do that. Me and Dad are going to do that. That's what we're set up for. We're here to help our children succeed and grow in every way possible. And then with doing that, that also helps us grow. Just recently, one of my very, very, very best friends, whose also name is Jasmine, told me about a show that was on Netflix, and it's titled Atypical. When you get a chance, if you do have Netflix, please just sit down and watch that show. It's 2 seasons. When I tell you, it is about a boy named Sam who has autism. I'm not saying anything else because I did not want to give away any spoilers, but that show is amazing. It literally, I'll say this, it breaks down how it is for a person who has autism and the things that they go through on a daily basis, especially when they get older and they are in high school and then they have to go on and live their life. Like, that's what that is about. And when I saw that, when I tell you, I was so happy and so just wanting more, because I saw my son in Sam. So I'm still learning. This is, like I said, this is a beginning. We just recently found out. And if you guys have any information, any tips or anything, like I said, he's 3 years old, so I have a long way to go. He's a very picky eater, very picky eater. He definitely does things in repetition, like everything has to be lined up specifically like how he wants it. He loves building things. He loves, you know, taking things apart. And most of all, I mean, he's a really good kid. He really is. And yeah. So, sorry I got teary-eyed. I knew that was going to come. Hopefully it wasn't too bad when I do the playback. But I wanted to make this video, guys, because it was something that was definitely on my heart. And it is the beginning of many. I do want to show Landon, like, on a daily so I can help others. Like I said, if Landon is doing something that your kid also does, but you don't know why that they do it, then you see Landon and be like, oh, hey, well, you know, my son does that too, or my daughter does that too. So, like I said, thank you guys. Like I said, thank you guys so much for staying tuned with me. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. Thank you guys for staying with me and watching this video. Like I said, please like and subscribe. Definitely leave any comments, and we will definitely be seeing you guys soon.